Hola, and what's up? Back with another episode of my bullshit. It's been a long time, but I had to move basically across the country to follow my dreams, and you should too. I'm gonna jump right back into this, playing, well, I think semi good anyway, for a vampire, and see where we go from this. I had actually started an evil guy. I'll probably end up streaming him at some point, but as it stands, this is going to be a full playthrough, so get my journal, find out where I am, what I'm doing. At least that's not timed. Gotta get all this timed shit out of the way. Visit the Blackwing Library. Alright, that sounds like a legitimate place to start. Scouting the Tower of Estrad as well. I could also go to Gwyrm's Mansion. Oh, there's plenty of places I haven't been. Wow. And they're all available now. I know the last time I went through some of these, they weren't available. And how is my character being played? It's been so long. Chaotic neutral. I'm gonna try to get him up to chaotic good, I think. And he likes dueling swords, long swords, rapiers. Okay. And of course he has none of those equipped because I'm a genius. None of those are worth it right now. I'm gonna go to Gwyrm's Mansion. Fuck it. Oh, well, apparently I won't be. Won't be going there. Won't be going there. For now. Head back up that way later and check that out. Ah, I wish these loading screens weren't so long. But yeah, the trip down to where I was at was crazy, man. We broke down, got stuck for 3 days. We finally got here, though. Finally streaming again. %. Let's go.
Godspeed.
Canabris burns, the city that should never have fallen. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see this light in you. It's true, it's there. I'm trying to etch him towards the light side. I have one chaotic evil guy, he's pretty fun to play, I gotta say. He will stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. Yeah, these guys did not like my evil character. Not at all. Hear the echo of a familiar voice, and for the warmth of my kindred flame, my brother, we will help you. Awesome. I had to fight one of these guys last time. angelic aspect. What does that do? Oh, okay. It's just not gonna tell me.
Let us press on.
Guess that's cool too. Fate shows no mercy.
We march ahead.
Servants of the Abyss, you entered the house of the memory with evil in your souls. Soon you will be but a memory. Wherever you are, keep quiet. Come up here. Fine.
Our path leads on.
What you got for me, bro? Hey, can I get through this door? No? A World Long Gone, a thematic collection of various artists' works on everyday life in Sarkarist before the opening of the World Wound. More details in the Museum Almanac. Oh, thanks.
I will guide us.
Grey Bull. Be quiet and watch. This is the best part. Get it together, idiots. No more looting. You're all to sit tight here and wait for the order to attack the Defender's heart. Those grotesque things all in it. It's the last bastion of the Crusader resistance. We'll flatten them and claim our victory. Into the abyss with all Crusaders, and the Defender's heart. Keyless, the city is ours already. Now it's time to enjoy the spoils. Split it up into groups quickly. I'll tell you where to go and what to bring back. Got no order. Faxon, you idiot. Go back to Baphomet. He must be missing his lapdog. Everyone here will be following my orders. I'm in charge. I don't know why they wait so long. We won't submit to you, you dirty Descarite. Keep out of this, Keyless, or I'll curse all of your extremities to wither and drop off. Everyone listen to me. What we're going to do is... bash his head in! Got these demons with 4 horns and split tails. Looking for a fight, Faxon? Well, you've got one. Boom! Yo, he psyched him in the net twice. Had enough, Worm? I'm in charge here. Keyless was the strongest. No looting, only slaughter. We're going to sit here and wait for the command to attack. The Defender's heart will fall. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I'd stay away from there right now. The tower is the main stronghold of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth and their allies. Going up against that many of them would be suicide. I have a better idea. If the demons and their mortal agents were better organized, the Crusaders would have been crushed long before now. But they're always trying to spread in every direction. Right now, in every corner of the city, there are demons like Kylus who are trying to consolidate their forces to launch a joint attack on the Defender's heart.
And who are you?
Greybor. I'm a contract killer who's been hired to kill that demon that just walloped that other one. I've tracked him all the way here, and was planning to kill him when that crowd showed up, so I had to pull back.
And who hired you?
I'm afraid that's confidential. As a professional, I'm obliged to keep my client's name a secret.
Alright, what do you suggest?
Don't
then?
even think about trying to take them all on single-handed. You'll be mincemeat. Better to warn the Crusaders and the Defender's heart that the demons are planning to attack. And later, once the attackers have been taken care of, it'll be much easier to sweep through this tower and eliminate the Defenders left behind.
Like when dueling with rapiers. One doesn't lunge, but waits for the opponent to strike.
Don't
and
lecture
leave
me on
themselves
rapiers,
open.
woman. I'm quite proficient myself.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Thanks for the advice. But we could attack them together.
I have no desire to die today. If you choose to go in there, I'll take advantage of the opportunity, of course. I'll kill Kylus, and get back here as quickly as I can. I'm not going to fight any of the others. I don't work for free.
The city is burning. People are dying. And you're thinking about how to fill your pockets?
Yeah.
Yes. So what?
Why not?
Listen here, girl. If you're so eager to save someone, go and do it. And don't waste your breath preaching at me.
I'm going now.
I hope you act wisely.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna
Godspeed.
run in there, I'll tell you that. Well, actually, you know what? No, I don't have enough people. Actually, never mind. I need at least 2 more characters,
Let us press on.
and I could take them. It's funny, because my evil character, I'm pretty sure I killed 1 or 2 of the companions I could have had, so... I should come across them pretty quick. Okay. Hit that. Get whatever's in there. Oh. I didn't know this was actually a place I could go. Thought it was just going to be more regions. Nifty. There we go. Where am I? Silken thread atelier. Atelier? 8 year? Oh, fucking hell.
We march ahead.
No, what is that?
Something that can be ignored for right now, thank you. Trying to loot. Yeah. This way, guys.
Our path leads on.
I hope you appreciate this.
Nope. Hey, who are you?
Defeat is not an
Get
option.
his ass.
Do not look back.
Gone.
So everybody's on him right now, so he was definitely flanked.
Together we stand.
Had one hell of a bonus on that.
I will guide us.
Don't like the wizards. Pretty empty space.
Godspeed.
Feels pretty random. Oh, okay.
I found something.
Well, good. Let's see if we can
Let
do
us
something
press
with
on.
it.
I am helpful. Am I not?
I am the question, but what is the answer?
We march ahead.
What? Oh, okay. Fucking weirdo.
Our
All that.
path leads on.
They will break against our resolve.
Who's what? Neophyte barbarian. Ooh! Curved wheel, the sparkling fist. Can you hit? Damn. Here we go. You've met the enemy
I will
Curville,
see
the
this
sparkling fist, who possesses the damage reduction ability. 2 main types of damage are physical and energy. Yep. Lowers all physical damage by a certain number. Hmm.
I will guide us.
Hmm.
Godspeed. Let us press
I think
on.
that's it for this area now. Which is good. The more completed areas, the better. Oh. I still don't understand why I can't go there. Can't go there, can't go there. I probably need to go back there, that's probably what it is. Before I do that, let's see what's in here. The Divided City. That is the mission that's supposedly in. No. Oh, excuse me. I said excuse me. Oh, yeah, okay.
Call me again if you need to.
Succeeded with this. No, I'll tell you everything. Just don't hit me. I never stole nothing. I only just joined the Thieflings. It was all of them back there. They found an underground passage to the Grey Garrison, and they've been nicking stuff out of there ever since. Low-down thieving toe rags. That's what they are. But I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Who are you? An honest guy who's fallen in with some bad folks, the Thieflings, the local thieves around here. They forced me to join their gang, but I didn't want to. Just don't hand me over to Erebeth, valiant crusaders, please, in the name of all the gods there ever were. An underground passage to the Grey Garrison. Tell me more. Right, so the temple around here, the Temple of Imadea, has a cellar and a passage leads from it right to the Grey Garrison. The Thieflings, my pals, damn a lot of them, have been using this passage on and off to sell all sorts of stuff to the soldiers in the Grey Garrison. So when the demons burst into the city, we thought we'd check up on the Grey Garrison to see how the soldiers were faring and to offer our assistance. Why are you afraid of me? You're one of them crusaders, ain't you? You lot hate our guts. The Thieflings, I mean. You lock us up and do worse to us. But I'm not a Thiefling, not really. Can I help you somehow? Yeah, let me go, please. Go on. Cheers for letting me go like this. I'll remember you 100 years. I will. I'll name my firstborn after you. I don't need all that. I don't.
We march ahead.
Yet another obstacle.
We'll go stop the obstacle.
This pain is excruciating.
Let us not hesitate.
Alright, we should probably heal her now. Seems like a decent idea.
You can trust me.
Can I? Can I trust her? Oh, cool. She could use it on herself. Awesome.
I stand ready.
Perfect.
Our path leads on.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
So everybody should definitely go after that Marauder first, because he looks like a badass. Boom. Ooh.
Our time
Mash
has
them.
come. I will guide us. I always did what was right. Therefore, I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous?
Okay, I think this is actually... Oh no, it's not where I came from. Is it? No, no, it's not. It's a totally different way.
Good.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel it.
I don't know. Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She is dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The beggar girl is on her knees, watching placidly as the people argue heatedly around her. It's as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
The knight brings his sword above the girl's head.
They're insane. We've got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
The girl smiles serenely as though she isn't at risk of imminent death. What's going on here?
We...
The knight's hands are shaking.
Our weapons barely scratch the demons' hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the
That
abyss.
does not sound like it's gonna work at all to me. I don't know, like, the god of good is gonna be like, oh, you killed this little girl, here, let me holy your swords real quick so you can kill other things? No, I don't think that's how that works, bro.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
I'm glad that my first choice is pretty much exactly what I just said, in better words.
How do you know what the
Oh,
goddess
what the
wants or
fuck?
doesn't want?
I am Iomede's paladin. If I lie, may the goddess strike me down.
Exactly. What were you thinking? The goddess would never allow this.
Exactly.
Whose idea was this anyway? I think it was yours.
Probably a demon.
My idea? I was against the whole thing right from the start. Who said we needed to make a sacrifice? Wasn't it you? You can't blame anyone else for that.
Please don't fight. All of you are good
Fight,
people,
fight,
defenders
fight.
of the city. You just made a mistake. Please don't hurt them.
The little girl is defending the people who wanted to slaughter her a minute ago. She's either a saint or she's insane. Maybe the two together. Whose idea was it? Not mine, that's for sure.
Oh,
Well, it wasn't mine. That...
Wait, it's not...
oh, whoa.
Good people ordering good people to kill other good people. None of them were cultists, you know. They just got scared and thought up some silly ideas.
Well, they paid for it, huh?
You came to help me. You saved one life. You took another. Was it worth it? Had to. Did someone force you? But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really. No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Who are you?
Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful when fighting with the demons. And I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come on with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
I'm gonna punch you in the nose.
Sure. Let's go.
Well, there's one added member. Let's see what I got. We'll see what I have in my inventory after I'm done picking some shit up. Loot, 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 loot. Love the loot.
Let us press on.
Save the last one for me.
Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, color spray, fucker.
We march ahead.
Pick that thing.
I am helpful, am I not?
Pull
Our
that out.
path leads on.
Go into this house. Oh, what could be in there? I wonder.
Did we step
That
on
is
their
quite a
toes as
discovery.
well?
Let us not hesitate.
What's
I
that
will guide
there?
us.
Some loot. A door. This. Incomplete magic circle for summoning. For a summoning ritual.
Godspeed.
Oh yeah, we destroy the circle. Why would we summon the thing? That's wild.
Let us press on.
I hope
Nice.
you appreciate this.
Pick that lock.
I am helpful, am I not?
Sometimes, bitch, sometimes.
We march ahead.
think I'm going the right way. Shit.
I will
thought
guide
wrong.
us.
Gotta remember that the map shown is always with the arrow pointing north.
Godspeed. Let us press on. We will prevail.
Against whom? Oh yeah, we got this. Nice.
Together we stand. We march ahead.
By the order of the Commander Terrorblade, we are searching the city and helping the wounded. Alright, good, good. You wanna help me out? Use it until fully healed.
Hold on, just a little more. Our time has come.
I did not just do that. Oh my god. I just wasted all my health potions on this guy. Forgetting he was a vampire and doesn't get healed. He gets hurt by my potions. So I just basically killed my guy and wasted all my potions at the same time. Because I am a fucking genius. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck?
I stand ready.
I'm healed again, but we're out like 29 health potions. Oh my god.
Our path leads
What
on.
did I do? See my combat log. How much damage did I actually do? Oh yeah. Yeah. Whew. I don't need to go through every single one of those, but needless to say, I fucked up. I fucked up.
I will guide us.
The elf hunched up next to you is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. Her appearance is quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than any Garundi's, her teeth are fanged, and her hair is as gray as a crone's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. What are you looking at, soldier? You like what you see? Take a closer look at her strange appearance. Fucker, this elf may have fallen victim to some wicked magic. A curse, maybe? Or did her long service in the forces of darkness twist her appearance in such a gruesome way? I know who you are. You're Kelesa, a cultist of Discari. That's a lie! I loathe demons, and I kill any I come across. Perception 16, take a closer look at the elf. Yes. She's clearly holding something back, but she doesn't appear to be lying either. Whatever it is she's hiding, her claim is that she hates demons sounds quite convincing. You're not lying, but you're not telling me the whole truth. What was I supposed to pour my heart out? She looks at you defiantly. You have your war sword, soldier. I have mine. You're fighting chaos and madness, and I'm fighting lies and hypocrisy. But we are both willing to die for our cause, aren't we? I believe you. Why would Foreign slander you? Kalesa's grim expression hardens further, as bleak and unflinching as the words as a tombstone. You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher chances that a traitor's dagger finds its way into your back. I believe you. Forn is at Defender's Heart. You should keep clear of the place. It was never my intention to set foot in there. Farewell, soldier, and thank you for believing me. Yeah.
Godspeed.
Just trying to be a good guy.
What do we have here?
Loot.
Let us press on.
Yet another obstacle.
Then go take care of it. The fuck? That's the soldiers. Fuck them up. Fuck them up. Good.
I will not falter. We march ahead.
Alright.
Our path leads on.
Forget it.
Oh, nice.
You've marched me to the bones today.
I will guide us.
So... down here, I think
Godspeed.
I had been. And that is correct, sir.
Let us press on. We march ahead. Our path leads on. I will guide us.
Okay. Start wandering into the harder parts of this.
Godspeed. Let us press on. Stand with me.
Stand with me. I was gonna say, don't sit here and act like there's nothing else. I saw that
Let
thing
us
come out of
not
nowhere.
hesitate.
Invisible giant flies and bullshit.
We march ahead.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Go, attack. Maybe save that Crusader from dying? I don't know. Kinda asking a bit. Hey, we did it.
I will see this through. Our path leads
The
on.
Eagle Watch will not abandon its post.
I will guide us.
What the fuck else is over here? Not shiny. There it is.
Godspeed. Let us press on.
Ramian, my beloved brother, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and will accidentally fall into it. Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons, or clearing rubble, while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden, curled Aasimar is beautiful even by the standards of his kind, in whose veins runs blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic. The signs of recent hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and his unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony, and his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you're no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe, and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city. And yet again I'm forced to repeat myself. While we're wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved if you had only set your soldiers to the task and not kept them here surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, that must mean there is someone down there. Your associates, no doubt, and they're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again to... The old man notices you approach. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked and Terendelev died. What are you doing here? Answer at once or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. Grrr! And what is this hideous creature? Helrun peers at Lon with suspicion. Lon at your service. The mongrel ducks his head in a bow. My forebears fought in the First Crusade. I've lived in Kenabris my whole life. You haven't seen me before? Must be because you don't venture into our underground district. We have been meaning to complain to the city authorities that our paving stones have been in need of repair for a long time. The First Crusade, so you're a mongrel. You obviously know human speech surprisingly well, in fact. Alright, let's be off with you. The prelate looks at you. If he causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a crusader. I'm fighting to liberate Kenabris from the demons. Crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know whom you are speaking. To whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a crusader and who's a traitor in this city. Helrun Shapok, prelate of Kenabris by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Gelfrey, and the city's defender against threats from within and without. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting the city. The golden-curled Aasimar flashes a flinty smile. I'm Ramian of Edme, prior of the Temple of Desna, which, alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Helrun here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground, from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters to deal with, for instance, rescuing those currently dying under the rubble. You know what? There may in fact be one matter that is more important than guarding this hole. I've put it off, and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared to defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. If the Sarkonians had hanged Arilu Vorlish while they had the chance, there never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Prelate, see reason. These are frightening times, but the threatening to hang someone without a trial, that is unworthy of a servant of Iomida. The man fixes his eyes on Sela. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomida. I won't question yours. Behold, Inquisitor, I bear the gift of an angel who died in the caves below Kenabris. I am no enemy of yours. The old man frowns and whispers something. A prayer or a spell? With each word his face relaxes. You are telling the truth, for the light in your hand was wrought by the power of heaven. I will keep an open mind with regard to you, stranger. And later, under less fractious circumstances, I would like to ask how you came to receive this gift. But that can wait. Now I must deal with this filth once and for all. And what precisely are you accusing Ramian of, Inquisitor? Treason! Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. Helron is trembling with fury. The Wardstone of Kenebris, the gift from Iomeda, and the bringer of light, wrought by the hands of her herald, the first in the chain. The followers of that crazy runt of a goddess tried to meddle with it using their magic after hearing a voice in their dreams. My soldiers almost had them caught when Ramian got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to ground. I made a mistake. I didn't have him locked in a cell and interrogated to within an inch of his life, and now the city lies in ruins. It's time to rectify that mistake. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, my people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself, and they were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now where was it? Yes, from Staunton Vane, the traitor who brought down Drazen. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal, and that is why I never believed you or your mob's lies, even for a second, and I was right. Lawful. You're doing what's right, Helrune. There's no place in the crusade for troublemakers. Don't lay a finger on him, or you'll have to answer to me. The Aasimar holds up his hands in a placating gesture. Stop. Stop. You are the defenders of what remains of Kenebris. Can't you think of anything better to do than to be at each other's throats in the ruins of the city? Ramian looks at the prelate. You're a fool, Helrun. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you were a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were simply trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for its tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it, and now you would rather still kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit you were wrong, as always. With a wave of his wand, the Aasimar vanishes. You better not fight me now, motherfucker. Leave me alone. Helrun, he fled, the heretic. He's no doubt expecting me to rush off in pursuit. But that won't work on me. Helrun turns his attention to you. What about you? If you truly have been marked out for our gift from heaven, this is your chance to save the city. Go and bring back that filthy traitor. I am almost certain that he and his cronies were helping the demons, either knowingly or unknowingly. Their attempt to bewitch the Wardstone is clear proof. Ramian must be captured. I see you suffered greatly in battle. Nonsense! I had to deal with a brood of Nabusus. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. Succeeded at a knowledge arcana check. Arcana? Nabasus, also known as death demons, have the ability to drain their victim's life force. Judging by Helrun's pallor, he has lost a significant amount of his energy. The Inquisitor can bluster as much as he wants, but right where now, he's far from the peak of his abilities. Why are you so obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts, or you wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Who are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are the masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No, by trickery. Were it not for me, Kenebris would have gone the same way long ago, captured out from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then, and I had just joined the crusade. Back then, Kenebris didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted could just stroll into the city. One day at dawn, a group of refugees came up to the city gates, bold as brass. The guards let them in, and why not, for no one was ever turned away. 'Twas no matter. Everyone was welcome in our city. If you came from away, if you came from Mendev, or if you'd be hauled yourself here from across the seas, the crusade accepted all and sundry. But on this occasion we paid dearly for our laxity. Just as soon as those innocent lambs entered the city, they transformed into demons and rushed towards the Wardstone. slaughtering everyone who tried to stop them. 62 people died in less than a minute. The demons used their mutilated corpses to desecrate the obelisk. None of them dared go near it. The light of the goddess burned them all. So they drew the blood from afar, spattering the ward stone from every direction. And the lead demon, an eyeless beast, Menagho was her name, jeered and gloated, saying we mortals had been sitting ducks. And the creature was right, too. We had let our guard down, and we got what we deserved. That bloodbath came to be known as Red Morning Massacre, and it was burned into the townsfolk's memories. Since then, Canabras has adopted different practices. Heretics, cultists, spies, and all the rabble who coveted Arilu's glory, we drove them all out of the city. We haven't had any trouble here since. Many have come here, even the Balor... Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce... Karamzadeh. Okay, that wasn't that bad. And they have all been sent straight back to where they came from, or else they were killed for their trouble. You see, Discari himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess curse him, in order to break through our defenses. And what did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now that is what vigilance and discipline can do. Ramian really warned you about this attack. Those crazed nuns were always bursting into my study with their incoherent prophecies that came to them in their dreams. I won't lie, sometimes what they said did come to pass, but can we really rely on the woolly dreams of heretics over the cold hard facts of intelligence reports? Plenty of demons could have easily fooled them and whispered a treasonous plan in their dreams, and those lunatics would have been happy to listen. This time, Mr. Krill's for brains came to me and declared that demons were about to attack the city and that the Wardstone's power was diminished by some kind of contamination or taint. Iomida, forgive me for even repeating the words. After uttering such blasphemy, he should have been locked up with his followers and interrogated, but instead I simply increased the surveillance on them. And what next? My people caught them red-handed trying to attack the Wardstone with unknown magic. And 3 days later, the demons attacked the city. There's an obvious connection between these events. Whether deliberately or under demonic influence, the Destineds played right into the hands of Discari's people. Discari's hordes. And they almost left the city completely defenseless. Ramian covered for his people the whole time and helped them escape my guards. After that, what else can he be but a traitor and a heretic? There's nothing dangerous in this hole, man. You have no reason to guard it. You told me yourself that you received a light-bringing gift from an angel who perished in the caves below our feet. It is no secret that those passages are teeming with dangerous creatures that could kill anyone, even a warrior of heaven. Demons and demonic offspring love roaming around underground. That's why I will be keeping an eye on this hole. If the beasts decide to attack from here, we'll be ready. Where can I find Ramian? How should I know? The weasel can't have gone far. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down in some hole like the traitorous little rat he is. And he'll be sitting, trembling, and waiting till he's dragged out of there. I have to go. Go on, then, if you have to. It'd be good if you could return with the head of that scum. Yeah, that's not happening either, you crazy fuck. Ember peers intently at Hellroom. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? If you were burned, then it was with good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That is a crime in itself. Which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young, and with a big mustache. Ember smiles broadly and draws a large, bushy mustache in the air with her finger. He probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. This knight is a true hero. He just really, really wanted to protect the city, and he got all mixed up about who was good and who was evil. Hellrun, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake. Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Pah! Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about the crow that's always flying around her? I advise you to take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. You forgave him after what he did to you? He thought he was doing what was right. How do you know? Maybe you've done something thinking it was a good thing, but you were really doing a bad thing that hurt someone. But what if I've done the same thing? You can't get angry at people for making mistakes when you might not be any better than them. Alright, whatever. Let's go, Ember. Yes, let's go. Bye-bye, kind knight. She waves to Helrune with a carefree smile. Helrune grimaces and turns away. Well, I killed him last time, so now he's alive. We'll see how that plays into the story. It's interesting for sure. Trying to play good in this is just making the evil playthrough even more interesting. Loot. Nope, nope, nope. Loot. Ooh.
Defeat is not an option.
Yeah, go for it. Kill that thing. Kill all those things. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Bless spell failed. Good.
I must rest to fight another day.
Godspeed.
What? Everybody's perception check failed? Stop being dicks. Perceive. Perceive!
Let us press on.
Day 21, month Arotus the 8th, year 4715. The demon invasion transformed all of Kenabres into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Discari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Tarendalev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. From the chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins, it is Renaud, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious force unknown to mortal kind silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Renaud is vested with his power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What past does he see? In the past exists the one who wielded this gaze in life, although the one and life are an opposite term for aeons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. The aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world moon. The chasm disrupted the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Discari back to the abyss. With one swing of the scythe, the demon lord cut the aeon down. What is this presence? What is the present does he see? Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs the aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma. And all is as it should be. But the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of red ink in a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in a demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Renaud picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. What future does he see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its lawful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the River of Souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. I hope that doesn't mean this is going to be the last Pathfinder game. For an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them. Used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness, unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power so that he may again look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? I'm gonna retain the Aeon's power within myself. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Renaud's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Q. Q. Have this at north.
We march
down. Down.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Oh no, rats, no! Not rats, no!
I stand ready. Our path leads on.
This bitch is all sickened and shit. Yeah! Fucking rats, oh my god.
I will guide us.
Ooh, loot. I do like me some loot.
Godspeed.
I likes me some loot a lot. Like a lot of loot. Lot of loot. Loot lot.
Let us press on. We march ahead.
That's a lot of blood. Judging by the size of the blood stain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones. To Rendelev, most likely.
Our path leads on.
Yeah, that was a big-ass lizard. With no head. What do you want? Thank the gods, I find somebody who isn't fleeing in a panic. Are you crusaders? Mercenaries? The calmly half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of Count Darren, Kale Nevis Arendi. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away on the next street over. tell me more about what happened. I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there are demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall, and as far as I could tell, the door to the room was sealed, and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built, but the demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you'll have time to rescue the people inside. What will I get if I help this Count of yours? No. All right, I'll help. Where's your master's house? It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over, though, through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. Okay.
I will guide us. I will not falter.
And who the fuck is this? Oh, Ramian. I found you, fool. Hear me. Take heed. The hordes of the abyss march. Oh, well, I guess I don't get to read it, fuckers. It'll just make it go too fast. So, you have found me. I have nowhere else to run. I'm at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you, hear me out first. Do you really know about the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches have come to us from the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Hellrun brushed them off as meaningless reveries, and, well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams. But even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna and are always worthy of attention. The Prelate, and all the Crusade leaders for all that matter, should have put less store in reason and more in intuition, inspiration, and spontaneity. Nah, I don't know about that. What's more, not long before the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Kenabris. The Wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago, was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems that the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the Prelate did not wish to listen to Storyteller either. Figures. We're lucky he wasn't burnt at the stake as a heretic. Jesus. He had such vital information on our hands, information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen all the way to the catastrophic end. Not all dreams have benign origins. What if those dreams were sent by demons? In a different time and place, someone could have become the victim of false dreams sent by monsters. But here in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her most faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon the dreams of any one of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Tell me about the strange rituals that were going to be performed on the wardstone. Ramian looked slightly abashed. When my attempts to open Hellrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters in their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them, I cannot command them, and it seems they were inspired all on their own. In other words, you get to preach about whatever you want, you don't have to take any responsibility for your flock. You've really got it made. For pity's sake, how can I be held responsible for the actions of others? These are not children we're discussing here. They are grown adults endowed with their own free will, praise the goddess. Of course, we all help one another, but in the final reckoning, each of us decides how we will act, and each must answer for their own choices. They had meant no ill intent. They only wished to access the wardstone in secret to try to cleanse it. But to Hellrune this became perform a suspect ritual, and after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams, the children wanted to save their city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't got away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeons and quite likely death. Why are you and Hellrune feuding? Oh, I'm not feuding with him. I sincerely wish only the best for the man. In an ideal world, he'd be far away from the front lines enjoying a peaceful retirement. But even if that isn't possible, I've always tried to help him fulfill the mission he has taken upon himself, and to which he has proved fatally ill-suited. Protecting Kenabres against the demons. Damn. That was a slap in the face. Unfortunately, he's convinced that the followers of Desna are heretics and saboteurs. He refused to listen to me, and it was only the knightly orders that deterred him from including us in his witch hunt. Now there is clearly no one left to stand in his way. He is finally free to get rid of us once and for all. Is there a chance you can resolve your conflict? I don't know. Helrin's face is truly formidable, not only his faith in Ayameda, but in his own infallibility. In other words, he's as hard-headed as a rock troll. But even so, Desna teaches us to never lose hope. Talk to him. Try to explain that we are fighting on the same side. If he attacks you, disarm him. Bind his hands, but I beg you, if at all possible, please do not kill him. Why haven't you left this place for somewhere safer? Because people might need help, and they will come to the temple in search of a priest. I will not hide away in a hole, saving my own net, while Kenabres is full of people suffering in the wake of a demon attack. Okay, well, I guess I have to go. Wait, 3 of my adepts are hiding somewhere in the ruins of the city. The ones the Inquisitors wrongly accused of treason. I beg you, find them and protect them against the demons and vigilantes like Helrune. They will not rest until they find them. If there's anything you can do to save Kenabres, please do it. Just the 3 people, yeah. Ilks, stranger, wait. You spared Remian despite what that mad Inquisitor told you. The young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on, I forgot to remove this spell. I hope Helrune's dogs aren't lurking nearby. A pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he's clearly pleased to be speaking to someone. So you're one of the Desnan adepts that tried to break into the Wardstone? Yes, I am Ilks, cleric of Desna, and one of the people who answered to the call of the voice in the dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demons' plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Kenabres and do something terrible to our Wardstone, which already carried the taint of corruption. Prelate Helrune refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back, or take action even though it could cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you planning to do to the Wardstone? The young man hesitates. Our plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We're capable of a great deal. If we'd had enough time, I'm sure we could have figured out what was wrong with the Wardstone and how to heal it, but they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids trying to break into the Wardstone, apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? I know there's no evil in you, I can sense things like that, but what you did was so stupid and impulsive, someone could have got hurt, I know from experience. So you lot decided that you needed to do something right away, so you did something right away. Great work. Lan gives a sarcastic round of applause. Dick. How did you even come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of the spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which even in the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and a change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize this chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why when Kenabres was in trouble, we did as our goddess had taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it's even necessary. Woohoo! So what? You went up against Helrune, but he's the official governor of the city. What of it? Says the cleric with remarkable complacency. Submitting to unworthy leaders is one of the great ills of our civilization. We will never defeat the demons if we keep listening to people like Biden. Helrune. Whose voice have you been hearing in your dreams? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who's heard her, I should say, is convinced that she is a good and pure soul chosen by Desna. We had a choice. We could trust her, except that we have an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could drown in suspicions and get one step closer to becoming just like Helrune. We decided to trust the voice, and seeing Kennebrus devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now who had the truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers, and how many of them are there? Probably don't answer that. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. Do you need help? Desna teaches us to trust in last-ditch chances. Listen, my friends are called Aranka and Thal the Wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage, but I don't think he'll risk using magic. It will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You'd better find Aranka first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please find them and protect them against the demons and Inquisitors. I will await news in the Goddess's temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. Well, I have to go. Go, may Desna be with you, stranger. No, don't even look at that. I would like to grab these, whatever these are. Those look nice. Ooh, I can adopt a kitty. I adopted a kitty. His name is Tiger. Tiger kitty. People were not killed by demons. They were inflicted by ordinary weapons. Well, we gotta kill the people who did that then. Fuck them barbarians. Well, neophytes, really, I guess. And, cultists. Fuck all these guys. Oh no! Get him! Get him! Get him! Burning Arc was the perfect fucking thing to use right there. We were in a perfect line for that. He hit every single one of us. What the fuck? Come on, guys. Do better. Pick that lock. 70% chance. Well, we gotta try.
I am helpful,
hey.
am I not?
I am helpful, am I not?
She's a bitch.
I am helpful, am I not?
We march ahead.
She says every time. That's my guy. He's got like 5 sayings.
I found
that he repeats constantly.
Something.
Don't go in that room yet. Loot. Okay, now we have to go in this room.
Our path leads on.
Oh, okay.
I hope you appreciate this.
Bam. Disarmed that. Go grab this loot. Grab this loot. Oh, what other loots can I grab? Grab this loot. Ooh, I can go into the basement. Well, I think before I go into a basement, I'ma rest. Actually, no, I remember what's in here. I know what I'm gonna do first.
Godspeed.
The fighters must have been caught off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that's slowly melting.
Let us press on.
Well, that's kind of sad. Okay. Now I have to go back upstairs. Boom. See if I can copy these spells on anybody's spell book, because that would be awesome. And really what I need to do. So, hopefully... Oh, come on! Alright, well, I can't do this just yet then. I have to...
We march ahead.
Fuck, that sucks. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna waste it. I can just buy one, I think. I think I can find a see invisibility scroll later. It's my last playthrough. I already had this guy, but I have to go back and get him. I haven't gotten him in this yet, so I don't have the ability to do that. I'm gonna just have to waste the scroll.
I will guide us.
Can I rest first? That would be nice.
I have class Tuesday and Thursday. What? I have class Tuesday and
Let's see. Use it. Can't be used by him. Okay.
oh, sorry.
Can't be used by him. Can't be used by her. What the fuck? Somebody's gotta be able to use this. Can be used with a skill check. Oh, come on. Oh, she can use it, so she'll just use it.
We will prevail.
Bam. There's the demon that was hiding here. Kick his ass! Bastard. Hiding all invisible like.
I shall not falter.
Okay, pause. No. No. Here we go. Use that. You. Smite evil. You. Ah, fuck. Heal yourself, maybe? Where the hell are you at? Camellia.
It should work. Is it flawed?
Oh, come on. Alright. You. Keep doing your thing. You.
Did you have fun at your dad's?
Hold on. Just a little more. Forgive me for this failure.
Am I at my limit? Can we rest, please? I'm tired. Yes?
I stand ready. Godspeed.
Well, this didn't go well.
Let us press on.
This one was beyond me.
We march ahead.
You know, I hope this war at least teaches you how to talk to get along with your comrades in arms. I think we've got a decent party here, and you could find yourself some friends.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to kill.
Sometimes a long-awaited rest does not bring desired relief. What comes in a heavy, clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad. Strained nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Renaud emerges from the oblivion of his leaden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself up from the depth of a swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound is closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There is no time to investigate the cause behind this malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will Renaud be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled and his entire body aches as if after a day's toil? I can't ignore my health. Better to take care of it now rather than later, when it could already be too late. After several moments, the weariness abates, retreating to the depths of his subconscious, but leaving the path open to return the next time Renaud seeks refuge in sleep. Renaud recalls that he slept peacefully in the Defender's heart. Perhaps a priest can explain what has happened. Perhaps. Nightmares and corruption prevent you from resting well. Corruption increases during rest at different rates in different areas. When your corruption reaches first, second, or third level, various negative effects are applied. There are 3 corruption levels in total. The higher the level, the more difficult it becomes to fight your battles. The character who is assigned to the protective rituals role performs these rituals before the party can go to sleep, which reduces the corruption gain. You can fully remove corruption in safe places. You will discover these areas of respite as you progress through the game. In some locations you may come across various holy artifacts. Cleansing them or interacting with them will allow you to partially remove your corruption level.
Our path leads on.
Now let's see if, now that everybody's rusted and healed up and shit, they can fucking pick this lock. Oi. I was about to say. Where the fuck did it go? See, that went from 65% to 80%. What? Come on now. Get Lan over there doing some kung fu or some shit. Kung fu in the shadows. I really don't want to break this, because I could possibly break everything in the box. It's supposed to be an 80% chance. Why isn't it opening, damn it?
Because 20% chance?
It's an 80% chance to unlock.
Yeah, 20% chance it stays locked.
And I've hit it like 80 times. Motherfucker. Do I even have a... Let's see if... No. Not accessories. No. Ooh, I'll copy these though. Seasoned wings and thighs. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I like to be able to cook. And a spicy pastry. Delicioso.
I will not falter. I will guide us.
Well, that sucks. That was a good waste of time right there. I refuse to break the box. I refuse it!
Godspeed.
I must pick the lock. Possibly get an apprentice lockpick to help my odds a little there.
Let us press on.
What's down here?
I am helpful.
Lore of nature. These
Am I
corpses
not?
were gnawed to the bone by ghouls, whose teeth were likely the cause of death. That sounds like a horrible fucking way to die. No.
Forget it.
This is not my time yet.
Exactly.
Appreciating.
Holy shit, everybody like died? What the fuck? Shut up.
Did we step on their toes as well?
No, no, no! I don't need to be attacked right now. Fuck!
I'm alright.
Come on, kill him, kill him, kill him! Oh, thank God. Nobody fell.
Together we stand.
Quickly. Fucking rest.
Guide us.
Quickly. Everybody got their camping bag. Make a little fire pit right here. Yeah. Choose a spell to scribe to a scroll. Let's do it. No scroll scriber's kit available. Never mind. No. Let's just see protective rituals. She's also. What the fuck? Wow. I thought I could have 2 people doing this. Why isn't it giving me 2 people? Oh. Okay. I guess. Fuck it. Whatever.
You there, beggar girl. That filthy bird of yours has befouled my tent. Wash this at once.
Huh.
Washing. When I was little, I loved doing the laundry with my mom. We had so much fun. Thank you for reminding me of those days.
She's so weird. She's so weird. Hey, fuck you and your fucking bird. Clean up this shit. Oh, thanks so much for reminding me of this great time I had with my mom. What?
Do not fear.
What?
Do not waver.
Oh, Dretches will be easy to kill. Get him! Get him!
I did it.
Don't let me die!
Am I not?
Thank you. Jeez.
I will see this through. Godspeed.
Speed God. God on speed. A short, hooded figure is poking around some bodies lying in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road, respectfully props it up against a wall, and places the corpse's hands on its chest. The figure then freezes as if hesitating, and you see him reach out his hand. That's a weird way to say that. Reach out his hand toward the beautiful gold amulet hanging around the corpse's necklace. He jerks his hands back, hesitates, then reaches out again. Well, 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 what do we have here? Looting corpses, are we? What did you expect? Almost everyone is dead. The city now belongs to the demons and the vermin, rats, crows, and creatures like this one. The stranger almost jumps out of his skin and the hood falls from his head. Under a mop of red curls, a round halfling face looks up at you. Oh, phew, I thought you were demons. Good day to you, sir. Good sir. Sela's eyebrows lift in apparent surprise. Curl, is that you? The halfling looks at Sela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Sela, you're alive. Goodness me, that's the second good bit of news I've gotten on an otherwise lousy day. What was the first bit of good news? Stick around and see for yourself. Do you know this person, Sela? Meet Rimvi, better known as Curl. He hails from Kennebrus and he fights in the Condemned. He's one of a kind, a rogue with a heart of gold. Sela smiles, then adds a little more seriously. Curl, it's probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you were about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush, and he hides his hands behind his back. I just thought... It doesn't matter. Can you tell me anything useful about what's going on in the city? I'm afraid not, good sir. I just left Defender's Heart. Before that, I was holed up in here, too scared to leave. Although spending all that time under Commander Arabeth's nose sure was something. She's a strict one, whew! And when she gets antsy... So what are you doing here, robbing corpses? No! The halfling protests. Rimvi Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't loot corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies off the ground. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission, and we need to get through. Who goes there? He's interrupted by the sound of wheels rolling on the paved stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in a knight's armor is walking alongside. Even from a distance you can see his tan face and his blue eyes shining brightly. The halfling straightens up. See, a terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are saving a beer cart from the demons. As he's speaking, the newcomer notices you, and the knight cries out in jubilation. Sela! I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed to the main square, the center of the demons' attack. The half-elf smiles warmly at Sela. Hey friend, glad to see you're alright. When we got separated by the crowd at the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong, and when the demons appeared all of a sudden, I realized that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead in the square, so I kept my hopes up, and I was proved right. Sela's face lights up with joy. So you're the other bit of good news Curl was talking about. You and Jana are alive. Actually, by good news, I meant that we found the beer cart. Sir Ellen and Jana being alive amounts to a quarter of a bit of good news. Well, maybe half. Aren't there more important things to be doing in the city than saving other people's property? You're absolutely right. I only agreed to help get the cart to the Defender's Heart because we found it just a stone's throw away. But as soon as we deliver the cart, I'll get back to searching for survivors. By the way, my name is Elon, Sir Elon of the Hound Hearts. I'm glad to meet someone who survived this madness. You haven't told me how you know Sela, motherfucker. I'll save that story till we're all back at the Defender's Heart. You're going back there, aren't you? We'll have a reason to toast to our spoils. Are you aware, Sir Knight, that your friend Curl is trying to rob a corpse? Renaud, is that really necessary? Curl didn't even do anything. Whatever he might have been thinking, that's between him and his conscience. What's wrong with hearing the truth? I think Jana and I have the right to know what our newfound friend is up to. Elon looks sternly at the cringing halfling. I am not your commander, Curl, and I can't punish you or even condemn you. I suppose lots of people in Mendev think that the war justifies anything, but think about it. That dead fellow might have a family somewhere. His property and mementos should be returned to their rightful owners. they're bound to have sentimental value. You know, I never thought about that from all of the corpses I've looted in these games. Fuck them families. Take this cart, for example. We might take it now, but once the city is freed, the Eagle Watch and the other orders will certainly try to find the lawful owners and compensate them fairly for their losses. $25 will do it, right? All I got's 20. Here you go. Enough, friend. I didn't even do anything. I was just thinking about it. And honestly, I don't think we'll even be able to gather up all the bodies and hand them over to Eagle Watch. They'll be looted anyway. Well, that'll be on the conscience of the one who does it. But you're a crusader, Curl. Though you might not have volunteered. Those who fight against evil itself have to be better than common folk with their moral frailties. Yeah, well, I have to go. Have fun with all that. So long. We're sure to meet again, either in the city or at the Defender's Heart. Sure you will. Come to the tavern. We'll celebrate the valiant rescue of this barrel together. Damn you, Curl.
Let us press on.
Now I'll get the amulet. Ha 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 ha. It's my plan all along. And somehow I didn't get evil points for that, so sweet. I figured manipulating somebody to feel guilty about robbing corpses and then robbing that same corpse would get me evil points, but I guess not. Like I said, fuck them families. Who knows if they're alive? I know I am. Awesome, I love not being able to see the battle going on. Are they winning? What the fuck? Why can't I see? Can you... Oh. Right? Too spooky to see. And then it pops up with this bug report. I don't know what's going on here. Visual, I suppose. It would be visual. No, I'm not writing all that crap. Oh, cool. I could just... Okay.
I will fight.
Yeah. Not allowed to see that battle. God forbid.
Contemplate on your mistakes. Our time has come. Our path leads on.
Damn! It's just not my lucky day.
Not this time.
Know what her dexterity problem is here, but she needs to figure this out.
I hope
there
you
we go.
appreciate this.
Tried 12 times to get 80% last time, and it did not work. But 2 times for 75% works perfectly.
Godspeed.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
Nah, zombies, they've never meant anybody harm. They're just hungry. They just want a hug. Alright, come on. Bro, it's a rotting piece of flesh. Can't you kill it quicker?
Let us not hesitate. Let us press on.
This was simple enough.
You excuse. Let's see. Okay, a necromancer's recently been here. Good. Where is he? Let me kill him.
Can't hide from me.
Take that. And before I leave the marketplace, I'll respec my guys. Let's see what
Our
I can
path leads on.
put on them. Damn, I still got that whole area right there, and I don't know if there's more into this area, but we'll have to check it out. This is pretty
will guide us.
cluttered. closes it. That's good to know. I don't have to
Godspeed.
perceive anything over here. Good.
Stand with me.
More zombies.
I know, I thought that.
Let's see.
I stand ready.
I do
Let us
stand
press
ready.
on. We march.
Oh, sweet. Oh, you just gotta put Pokestart on there and it should work. I don't even know if I got a starter Pokemon. I don't even know how that worked for me, to be honest.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh. Alright, everybody link up and kill this Necromancer
I'll
before
cut
you
you
go after
wide open.
anything else. He's giving him haste and powering him up and everything. Keeping him alive, kill him. Oh, I wonder if he's feeding off of the Necromancers for life. I mean, the zombies. That would have been an interesting aspect of a Necromancer. To be able to raise the dead and then suck the life out of them to heal yourself. That'd be a dope power.
Together we stand.
Oh yeah. Grab all that stuff.
Our path leads on.
Beautiful. Alright, alright.
I will guide us.
Ooh, what'd you guys see? Where? Over here. Oh, I got the apprentice lockpick. Maybe I can go back to that spot and get it now. Sweet.
Godspeed.
This is the way I came. Oh yeah, that's a dead end. So to the left maybe a little bit? Or go any further through there?
Let us press on.
No. Of course it won't let me go that way. That's fine. My guy's the only guy that's half dead. More than half dead. That's alright. I'll heal him up with the inflict wounds spell. What? That doesn't make any sense. I know. But it's because he's a vampire. Healing things hurt him, and hurting things heal him. It's confusing as fuck. Especially when you don't remember.
I will not falter. We march ahead.
I only wasted 29 health potions on him earlier.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
You know, so the evil character that I made actually, I made him a, what was it, knife something rogue, and his dexterity is like 21. The trickster is maxed out like 16, 17 right now for his level, and it took a long time before he overtook Camellia. It took a long time.
Yet another obstacle. You've crossed the wrong
Having him or Camellia? Oh, definitely my character is better at... I'm glad my character is better at it than Camellia, because if I end up alone, I can do my own thing, unlock everything, but...
I will guide us.
No, this is the one I started off good.
Now what
Well,
is that?
kind of neutral-ish.
The heartbeat quickens.
Chaotic neutral, really. But I'm trying to get to more chaotic good, because I feel like that's a weird playthrough.
You have a
Huh?
No.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably end up streaming my evil character too, but it's definitely a lot different because I have Wendog instead of what's his name? Lon. And I've killed a few people. I'm pretty sure I killed one of the companions that I'm supposed to be able to get in this too. Just talking too much shit, and I didn't like it.
Godspeed.
Damn. Mutilated beyond recognition by claws and fangs.
Let us press on.
Yeah, I'm still outside of chaotic good. I'm not entirely sure how I want to play him.
We march ahead.
Yeah, I know he's kind of rapier. I don't know if I'm gonna have him with a dagger yet. I don't know. It's funny because I put so much time into making this character, and I was like, I know how I'm gonna play him, and I don't remember. I put way less time into my evil character, and I know exactly how I'm playing that one.
Let us not hesitate. I will guide us.
There we go. Okay. Head back to... Yes, this house right here. Ooh, then we'll go in here, and then we'll come back up these stairs and finish this area off. And then we're gonna have to figure out respecking, dropping everything just so I can leave.
Godspeed.
Into the house. Go.
Let us press on.
I'm glad I picked the right house.
We march ahead.
Alright, loot this fucking thing. Apprentice lock 100%. Do it. What do you mean locked? What? It says 100%. What are you doing? Do I smash it? I don't want to smash it.
Our path leads on.
The combat log says that they're encumbered and that the lock is locked, but the apprentice lockpick says 100% to unlock, so it should have unlocked. But Camellia just sucks, I guess. Not the best lockpicker, I guess. I could try to rest, maybe, because they're definitely all fatigued. I don't think being encumbered plays a part in lockpicking. And I won't be able to find that out until I'm ready to leave this area anyway, so... I'll just have to come back. Hopefully unlock it next time. Jeez. Maybe another level or two. It just says locked. Locked and encumbered. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Very strange, right?
Let us press on.
I don't know why it's pulling that on me. But I've also come across a ton of glitches in this game, which isn't surprising. It's a huge game. There's a lot of mechanics to it, and it's brand new. So it's not hugely surprising, but my goodness, the amount of glitches I'm finding. From things just not appearing, to, like you saw, the battle not showing, to people will freeze when they're supposed to be doing actions, and the actions will still go through, but they're not moving. There's a whole bunch.
We march ahead.
Still a great game so far, though. Can't complain too much. Especially how long it's been since Kingmaker.
Our path leads on.
Watch it, watch it. What are you goons doing? You bloody crush me? A young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another 2 tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining. Hey, alarm! Someone's coming. Maybe he will help us? Wise up, would you, before you get us killed. Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me. I'll die here. Who are you? Who, us? We're nobody. Just simple citizens. We used to live here, but, now... Yeah, we just lived our lives. Didn't do nobody any harm, and then kaboom, this place falls around our ears. The thieflings are antsy. They're hiding something. Don't lie. Tell me who you are and what you're doing here. As long as I don't get 5 FPS playing in real time. Yeah. Yeah. 5 SPS. Wow. Woo! I don't know if I experienced that one. I got to Kingmaker a little bit late, but I loved Kingmaker. I think Pathfinder, Divinity, and Pillars of Eternity are probably the 3 best RPGs I've played on console ever of all time. We kind of skirt around the edges of law, and that's how we make our living. Some say some tyrant bans books that show stuff he don't like, or fancy cayenne wine he don't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill in the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easier for a little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry or needs some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him and his heartless superiors refuse. We're providing a public service. Yeah, I could see, not for me. I did experience some slowdown in time, but that was like here and there. It wasn't really... I definitely never hit 5. That's insane. That's unacceptable. Enough talking. Get these rocks off me. You sent me down here for a goddamn crate of cognac, you idiots. Now get me out. Alright, I'll help you pull them from under the rubble. There's no chaotic option anyway. You easily clear the rubble from the free-trapped tiefling. Of course. Woo! I'm alive, and all in one piece, give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The freed tiefling turns to his companions. And you 2 clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. 1 trip just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward. It's not going to collapse. Go, or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? I helped you. Now you can help me. And Commander Tirabade to save the Kenebris. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and tails. Know what people call us? A Rilu spawn. And that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa, whoa. Tirabade? Irabeth Tirabade from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in this town that actually treats us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Irabeth risked her necks for ours. She saved me from that creep Hellrune, yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless toe rag would refuse to help her out after that. Facts. Nah, nuh-uh. I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. I'm gonna get... So I forgot completely about him. I went back... So I moved, okay, from like, basically across country within the last, like, 2 weeks. So I haven't been on here for a minute. At least streaming. I've been playing an evil villain on this, and I got him in that playthrough. So when I came back to this one, because this was my first playthrough, I hadn't gotten him yet, but I know I have to go back and get him now. So yeah, I do like him. He's kind of weird, though. I don't know if I trust him yet. But once I'm done with the Market Square, that's who I'm going to go get.
Time has come. I will guide us.
Because yeah, I know I definitely have to get him. And as a good playthrough, I'm absolutely trying to get every companion I can, because they all mean something to me. Really, I just want to play all their side quests and find their backstories out. My evil one, I was like, I don't care if you were a companion. You talk shit to me, you die.
I always did what was right. Therefore, I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous? Godspeed.
It's definitely not how that works, but that's okay. You can believe it momentarily. Okay, so one there. Use mobility, get down there. Hopefully we don't die on the way.
Well, this
There we
didn't go well.
Oh, and I guess we died on the way. Shit. Only 3 of us, that's not bad.
We march ahead.
Could have been worse. That.
Our path leads on.
Did we find trouble?
Oh shit.
No, they did.
Oh, he ain't nothing.
Attack!
Continue fighting.
Oh, what? He rushed Ember? Oh no. Oh no. You know what absolutely didn't help? Not respecting, not resting. Oh man, what was I thinking? I shouldn't have jumped into this like this. Oh no. You're not doing too bad right now though. There we go. Come on. Cleric definitely over wizard. I don't know about you, but if I have a wizard or a cleric, I definitely take the cleric out every time first.
Scorched me to the bones today.
I will guide us.
I can't have them healing wizards doing way too much damage per second, like... No way. Alright. Now that I know where I went wrong before I got in that fight. Oh no! Enemies are nearby. Shit.
Open your heart to me.
Heal my guy. No, don't heal my guy. Remember, he's a vampire. Ugh.
It should work. Is it flawed?
I don't know why I healed him. He didn't need it. Ember does, though, for sure. Cool. Cure light wounds on yourself. Cure light wounds. Ember. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright.
You're a good person. I like you.
Cure light wounds on Camellia.
Yes.
No! Not what I meant to do!
Yes. Yes.
I was just like, why am I healing when I could rest? And then I was like, oh yeah, because enemies are nearby. Fuck. Okay. Try to heal her one more time.
Yes. Sud is restless.
Fuck it. Wait, I should be able to kill whatever's ahead.
Trust in yourself.
I will not falter. Godspeed.
I will not falter. Godspeed. I want to make a monk, but they're very, like, they're easy and hard to make at the same time.
I shall not falter.
They're hard because you have to know how to injure them right to make them work the best. But then they're always fucking injured. Oh, come on! Okay, go after him. Get him. Get him. Why aren't my other guys... Oh, okay.
Let us press
Oh my
on.
goodness. That was a horrible, horrible situation there.
We march ahead. Our path leads on.
Don't go that way. Come back down here. Let's see if we can rest.
Together we stand.
Damn it! Oh! So wait, what? So there's more enemies the other way? Okay. I could have sworn
Did
it
you
was
break
the enemies
another
over
one of
that
the
way we were
straps on
worried
your
about, but I
armor?
guess not.
Whoa, thanks. Show me that again.
Oh, sweet. I'm so glad that the protective ritual worked. I don't need the negative shit on me yet.
I will guide us.
The young mongrel looks around in every direction but up. Maybe we should go back? This place isn't for us. It's too open. The enemy could come from anywhere, and the air is weird. Why does it keep moving so fast? Another mongrel stares straight ahead, gripping his blade in a trembling fist. No. Not one step back. This is our test. Don't look at anything but the target. So you made it. Good to see you all. How's old Soul doing? Still waiting and thinking? Well, don't worry. He'll make up his mind soon. You won't be hanging around underground for much longer. What are you doing here? The young man turns to you. He has one healthy eye and a lumpy growth where the second should be. It's you! It's thanks to you that we made it to the surface to fight the demons. The shield maze fell, but Soul slowed everything down. He's an old man. He's afraid of everything, but we can't sit in the dark like root vegetables while big things are happening up above. We tried to follow you through the shield maze. We emerged into some kind of fortress, but there were too many demons there. Then we dug out another passage into the city. It took days, but we did it. We're ready to fight. Right now we need everyone who can hold a weapon. I have a plan. Go back below ground and wait at the shield maze exit. We'll get the beasts at both ends. Go back. Well, if you're sure, of course we'll go. I mean, an ambush, good idea. Yes, I understand. We'll attack from below as soon as we hear the fighting start. The young ones are holding up well, but will they be able to fight out in the open? Even I struggle with that, Lan frowns. I hope we did the right thing. We are the Crusaders of the Underground. We will fight like our forebears did. Good, good.
Godspeed.
Nothing else around here? Okay, okay.
Let us press on. We march ahead.
Why even give me that little cranny to go into if there's nothing there for me to do anything with?
Our path leads on. I will guide us.
Yep, continue up.
Godspeed.
Another spot I should have been able to go through.
Let us press on.
Let me draw the first blood.
Easy.
Your pain is my pleasure.
Let us not hesitate. We march ahead. Our path leads on. I will guide us. Godspeed.
I was just making sure there was nowhere else to go.
This was simple enough.
Over there before I jump down here. Let's go. Oh yeah, loot. Loot.
Let us press on.
All a bunch of loot.
Save the last one for me.
No. Get in here and kill one. Oh fuck. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Ah, we don't need to be getting hit with fireballs 80,000 times. Come on.
Am I at my limit?
Yeah, I would say you are. At least doesn't have any immunities.
So this is how it feels.
Damn! At least we got him, but holy crap.
Our time has come.
Can't hide from me.
Nobody's trying to hide, bro. We're
We
just trying
march
to
ahead.
live.
I am helpful. Am I not?
Oh, nice. Piece of a holy symbol. Sweet. Only need, I don't know, 8,000 or so of
Leads
those. Gotta get the storyteller to unlock things for me. Well, that's an exit, right? I believe that's an exit. Mobility climb up. Climb
The
up to
mongrel
what?
did it.
I will guide us.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
A kineticist. Would that be Ember? It sounds like an Ember thing. But no, apparently she can't wear it. You can't wear it, probably a horn reason why. Oh. Take it off, let's see if she can put it on. She can. Good. Maybe that'll help her. That's not gonna help anybody. Ooh. Just like the cold iron rapier is what's going in that hand. I'm gonna give her radiance, I think. Oh no, apparently I am not. What? That's awesome. That's why I had him with that sword. 4 to 9, 4 to 11. One's piercing, one's not. 19 to 20 times 2, that's way better. Fuck, man. It does better damage. Overall. Six and 3 dexterity. I don't really care about arcane spell failure chance and... Oh, but there's no armor check penalty on unbending armor either. I don't need half plate, I know that. Oh yeah, we're gonna stick with what we got there. None of those matter. Alright, alright, alright. She's clearly got the best thing she can have on. It's just regular half plate. Half plate plus 1. Alright. It's a fair trade. You're not allowed to put any armor on? What? Come on, man. Do we have a better longbow for you at least? Come on. No? Fuck. Ember, we've got to have something for you. Come on. Heavy crossbow, I guess. Ugh. All right. Well, the respect. Oh no. In Kingmaker or in this one? So I don't know if I've come across a an infight so far. Have I? Shit, I don't remember. Oh, I'm in the clear right now.
Not falter.
Sweet. Do not destroy my uncollected loot. Why would I want that? Why is that even an option? Why would I want the loot that I didn't collect to be destroyed? And I've played Chapter 1 twice now, and I still can't think of it. These games are so long, and everything just kind of blurs together. I'm lucky if I can keep track of everything in a linear way. Well, the thing is you can make notes in the game or about the game, but like it all depends on what you're playing as. Are you chaotic? Are you lawful? Are you neutral? Are you evil? Are you good? Like the way you play affects everything. Everything. So you can make a note, but like all that tells you is like this is where the game changed completely. What is even still here? Oh, okay. Shit, I have to talk to that guy and see if I can convince him. Oh no. I'll be right back, hold on.
Pistachio, whatever. Tree? I don't know. What? Said I want a pistachio, whatever. Like tree, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a tree, a bush, or what that is.
Yeah, no clue.
Alright, I'm back. Why is it telling me everybody can't pick locks? Okay. That makes
Godspeed.
I started the mythic hero path. Is there any way to change it? Yeah, man. So when I actually just kind of got to that spot in the evil playthrough myself, and
Let us press on.
I was extremely surprised I didn't get the demon one. So I think it evolves the further you go, the more you level up the mythic path. It levels up depending on what you choose for the boosts that you get from it. So I was reading over some of the boosts that you get from the mythic, and even as the mythic hero path, there's ones in there that like you can grow horns, and it actually brings you closer to the demon, or you can, I don't know if it's grow wings or what. I was looking for demonic stuff, so I couldn't tell you exactly for the angel path, but I think that it eventually evolves into whatever way you play, or it evolves by whatever you choose. Yeah, I can't tell you if that's a fact or not, but I can definitely tell you that's what it seems to be. Shit, where the hell are these guys?
Godspeed.
Not up here. somewhere over here, I feel like.
Let us press on.
Why isn't it just letting me go over? What's going on? But yeah, I was really upset when I didn't get the demon one either. I was like, oh, my guy's gonna be surrounded in, like, fire and stuff.
We march ahead.
What I did find interesting was that the main character is not the only one that goes through the mythic path, and that all your companions do too.
Forget it. Our path leads on.
Okay, we got out of there. Now let's see if it'll let me. What do you mean, though? In my evil or in this one?
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Okay, so in my evil one, I'm a knife master rogue or something like that. And in this one, I am an Aldori defender. So I've got dueling sword, long sword, rapier. I'm trying to make him more of a dexterity-based class versus strength. It just seems like, for me, it feels like every time I play an RPG, I end up going like knight/paladin route. So I'm trying to experiment and spread out a little bit. Because that's, I mean, knight paladin is the easiest way to play, I think, personally. I know a lot of people would say
together we stand.
Any kind of mage, wizard, anything like that, but like the problem with raising those is you really have to read what you're doing and know how they all connect. And if you can do that, there's no better class, I don't think. But it's hard to figure all that out sometimes. Yo, so I'm actually literally a martial artist in real life, so I love the monk class, but that is a really difficult one to understand, because they're like, oh, the more he's injured, the better he is, but the closer he is to death as well. So, like, I don't know. I don't really know how to build that yet. I'm still kind of trying to flesh that out a little. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my next character, and I think I'm going to play him neutral, too. Like, 100% neutral. Not chaotic, not lawful, nothing. Just neutral. But that's probably going to be the hardest playthrough to play. I would consider those words an admission of treason from anyone else, but I don't wish to draw my weapon against he who has been given heaven's gift, and I won't, as long as you don't do anything worse than conniving with that rabble-rouser Ramian. Fair enough. I won't ask you again to kill the rabble-rouser, but as soon as we liberate the city from the demons, my faithful will hunt him down. Nah, monk you can be completely neutral on. You don't even have to be good. That's the beauty of monk. Paladin, I do think you need to be lawful, but that could also just be a preference for paladin. Ooh, a wild jinx. Hold up. Let me try to catch this thing real quick. Wild jinx. I'm obsessed with the original 151, so... And an ice psychic would be just dope. Da, 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 da. There we go. Alright. I have to go. Tell Ramian. Ramian, I believe, was up here. And this is cool too, because in my evil playthrough, I killed Helrune. I didn't leave him
Let
alive.
us press on.
So this will be interesting to see how this goes further, and if it actually boils over in the end. I'm not going to run. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you, hear me out first. I managed to calm Helrune down a little bit, but he's still hell-bent on driving you out of the city once the demon attack has been repelled. Ramien's head lowers. I suppose I should be pleased, but the idiocy, the injustice of it all, makes my blood boil. I will leave Kennebrus, but not before we fight out the demons. No matter what happens, I thank you. Ah, you bastards. Irabeth Tirabade of the Eagle Watch is gathering survivors in the Defender's Heart Tavern. You would be very useful there. Commander Tirabade. I do not know her personally, but her wife Anivia is a regular worshipper at our temple. I would be glad to aid them in this fight. Yeah! Thank you for listening to me and defending me. I will go now to the Defender's Heart. I hope to see you there. May Desna keep you. Oh, word. We all leveled up off that. It was worth staying. It was worth staying. Okay, so I'm a fighter, but I am a dexterity-based fighter. I got some strength in me, so that my attacks actually do something, but absolutely mostly dexterity-based. And persuasion, too, because as the main character, I feel like my persuasion should be more than anybody else's, regardless of the class. Alright. Weapon focus or something else. I hate when they give me thumbs up things, because I'm like, oh, do I go for that or something else? Fuck. Two weapon fighting. Yep.
Our time has come.
Because now
I will see this through.
I can put
Together we stand.
for that paladin. Constitution. Because I'm making this paladin completely defense-based. And I think every paladin should have the lore of religion above anything else.
No reason to pause.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Alright, Spirit Hunter Shaman. This is where things get a little confusing for me. Like, I love the fact that they have so much to choose, but like, there's so many classes. I'm like, how do I even play this? How do I play this specific class? I've never seen any other thing with Shaman as a class, so I don't know what they should be adept in. It's not bad, but it's to one creature, and I'm not about one creature spells. I like, if I'm going to throw a spell out, I like an area of effect spell. A creature within 30 feet. Protective luck. I mean, it feels like Misfortune is probably the best bet. Misfortune, Hampering Hex, Fortune. That's a, so I can see how Chant helps out. Yeah, that's usually how I do her too. It's just hard to figure out what buffing spells you actually want. Like, do you give the negative buffing to the enemies, or do you buff your own people? And if you buff your own people, like, I would rather have a whole party buff versus singular buffs. see. Area of purity. Now that's perfect, because if anybody stands 10 feet around her, they won't get fucked over by the nauseous gases. I think that's what I'm going to go for. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Because everything else, touch. Battle Master doesn't sound bad either. Is it? Ice Plant? What is that? So, is that, is that something I have to use as a spell, or is that, like, just automatic? Because if it's not automatic, I think I'll do Aura of Purity and then possibly Ice Plant after that. I just like Area of Effect spells more than anything, really. Oh, it's an automatic. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm Ice Planting all day. Automatic bonuses are way better.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Always be ready for the worst.
Lan, I like him because I use him strictly as a bow guy. Monk, Zen, Archer, perfect. Alright, let's go. Dexterity, up. Perception, you gotta see who you're hitting, up. Mobility, up. Hell yeah. I'd get athletics up there too, but... True Strike, 100%. Easy.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
Right.
It's funny how long it takes me to go through spellcasters. Like Witch, Stigmatized Witch. Like, if you had said Wizard, I would know what to do. Witch, I got a bunch of hexes I have to work with, and I don't know what... So I got to the army section. I have the army now, and I'm able to move them around. I've gotten my companions to move like 3 or 4 spots up, and I haven't moved my army yet. So that's how far I am, exactly. But that's just to use magic devices. Knowledge of Arcana, Persuasion, Magic Device, I guess. Oh, perfect. She can use Aura of Purity, and the other chick will have Ice Plant. Oh. I love glitter dust, but cure moderate wounds is probably what I'm gonna have to go with on her.
You're a good
Just
person.
always need more
like
things
you.
to heal.
I can do this.
Shit, did I even go into the Temple of Desna? I don't think I did. I think I jumped right over that.
I'm so excited.
I did.
Soot to me.
Perfect. Now hopefully I can get out of here, head back, rest real quick. Continue from there. I gotta say, my evil character is by far the most fun I've had, but I also didn't stream it from the beginning, so it's gonna kind of suck jumping into it at like, I don't know what level I am, but at least past chapter 1. But I'm gonna have to do it because it really is such a great playthrough. I think Evil is it's not something I'm normally used to because I feel bad for the characters for no reason, but it is fun. When you're like, screw it, they're not real, it's okay. Ah, fuck. What do I have for journey? We'll do Worm. We'll start with Worm. Fuck it, start with Worm. You failed to sneak past the enemies. Awesome. Also not surprising. My guys are kind of fatigued right now. Yeah, and I know as soon as I can, I'm probably switching Camellia out with somebody else, because she's so hard to use, you know? She really is.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Hell yeah, who's that?
This war must
brings you to
end.
me? Death. That's what brings me to you.
I prefer skipping.
It was one enemy and I couldn't sneak past him. Wow. That's sad. Sometimes you just can't save everyone. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't either. It's very limited. It's very limited, and it's weird because she's a melee character with a limited spell selection. Like, at least a paladin has a selection, you know? And it's based off paladin. Heal, buff, etc. Like, she's just weird all around. Are you serious? I went 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. I went 10 feet to the left and there was somebody else. There's a few hard characters to play in this. And the other thing, too, is I opted out of automatic level up. So, like, I think my next playthrough I'll do automatic level up just to see what they choose and how it affects the actual gameplay.
It's fun being
I like
around
leveling
you.
up my own guys. But I don't ever claim to be the smartest one of doing it. Sometimes. Oh, hey, what you got? An eyeball on you. Why did you keep an eyeball, bro? Or did you just take that eyeball before you died? Oh, whoa. My camp got a lot bigger. Free spell slot. No, I'm good with that. I don't need it. Oh, shit. I still only have 5 guys. Ah, shit. I'm definitely gonna get my abysmal level's gonna go up. Almost guaranteed.
Smoke. Swill instead of food. These horrible tents instead of a normal bedroom. But then again, there are so many opportunities for fun.
Yes, yes there are. Hey. Oh my god, it went over 2? Oh no! No! Yo, what? Oh, you guys screwed me. Okay. Party members suffer a 15% arcane spell failure. That's horrible. -2 to wisdom and intelligence. Oh my goodness. No charge attacks. Oh my god. Oh, they're killing us.
Trust in yourself.
They're killing us right now. Oh my god.
So excited.
I have to run back to the castle
hide from me.
and hope beyond all hope that I can cleanse myself. Who are you?
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck?
Oh, this is the
Check.
one that I killed when
Crazy
in my
eyes?
evil.
Check.
This
Note
is the
to
one I
self.
killed in my evil
Bring a
one,
mirror
yeah.
next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment. An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, boy. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Who are you calling boy? Oh, okay. Just ignore me and continue on.
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
Clearly.
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
Who? Oh, them. Just an audience. They don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
I'm just gonna shrug and remain silent.
In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause.
What?
Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
What is it?
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
I mean, not wrong.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just
Also wrong.
gores his
Well,
enemies
that's
with his
definitely wrong.
horns.
That is correct. But still, boy, no prompting, please.
No prompting, please, boy.
This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn.
It says
I would never have
Nenyo, but
expected
for
the
some
followers of the great
reason, I
Baphomet to
feel
be
like
baffled
it's,
by such a simple question.
Kratos
Fine.
is her name.
Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull. Of course, everybody knows that.
Yep. And a cow.
It's Aurochs.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
But why would it? Because what does it even really mean? It just means that some people heard Baphomet's name and said, oh, okay, cool, let's go kill people.
Damn it.
That's all it
She's
means.
right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy. We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
I'll just say nothing.
Is there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Damn.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
He was all, we don't have to answer to you, and now he's like, please, ask again. I can answer, I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A-F...
Oh my god.
Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
Back to my mother. The Baphomet cultist. I'm going back to my mother.
Hey, wait! You there! How
You're lucky
dare
if your
you
mother
stir
takes
up
you back
discord
in,
our
bro.
ranks? Grab her and tie her up, and her entire entourage too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
Alright,
Defeat is not an option.
fine with me. You don't need to interrupt. Damn. I love that my two bow guys took out the guy from way far away. We took out the guy up close, and then we all culminated together to take out the middleman. It's beautiful. Excellent strategy. The absence of an answer is also an answer too. In a way, maybe? I don't know.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, boy? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science?
Calling me boy.
Let's proceed with the experiment.
This
My
is
first
why
question
I killed
is simple.
You the first time
Which
when I
colors
played
does the
evil.
goddess Iomade prefer?
It's red and white.
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated person in the melting pot of ignorance that is Canabras today. Let's proceed. Did Aradin take part in any crusade before he died?
No. No, he didn't.
Your answer is correct. Aradin's death dates to 4606, and that is precisely the year when the World Wound was opened. The First Crusade started back in 4622.
Hey.
Your knowledge would make Mendev's Crusaders proud. My final question is, what is the title that Aurilu Vorlesh bears? Is she the architect of the World Wound, the Lord of the Labyrinth, or the Border Acquisitor of the Shapeless Abyss?
The architect of the World Wound, maybe?
That's correct!
Hey!
Excellent! You successfully answered all of my questions. Splendid. Amazing. This is a breakthrough.
In my evil playthrough,
Thank you for your cooperation.
I didn't get one question right. Oh, I did for Baphomet, but I didn't when she asked me directly. And I literally just guessed for the last two.
It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary.
This is also why I killed her,
future
because she
author
called
of
me
the
stupid
great
after.
Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Oh, now you can finally tell me what you were getting at with all those questions.
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader.
I see.
And I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. This does offer a glimmer of hope for the future of Crusade. I have always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It pleases me to see that I was correct.
Why do you keep calling me boy? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
I admire her direct frontness, and I hate her smugness. But I digress. You are a companion, and I need you. So what are you trying to say? Am I mediocre?
Yes.
Oh, fucking K, Jesus. And this is why I killed her in my evil playthrough. Do you not see now? I think I was right. It's not safe right now. Can we join forces?
Do you wish to become my follower?
Whoa, you're my follower. Fuck off.
To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid.
No.
Of course, I agree. Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
Yeah, if we join forces, you'll have to follow my instructions during our expeditions.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, the dangers and these battles. Of course, I will follow your orders. I place my life in your capable hands.
Straight.
So I can focus on the things that really matter.
Alright, I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer.
I gave you the offer.
Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place.
Oh my god.
I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
I wish I could kill you again.
Foot is restless. I wonder why.
Huh? Oh, yes, what?
Alright, who and what are you? Scroll savant. A wizard. Okay. I was gonna say, it's also pretty obvious that use magical device needs to be #1 on that. Fuck it, we can do all those. Hey, wait, what the hell? There we go. Alright. I'm gonna go with blur. I don't want to use invisibility if I'm doing blur. Molten orb. Fuck it. Yeah, it can hurt my people too, but
I will not
I'll
falter.
take it. Oh, and she's affected by the 2 negative things too? What is this? What is this?
Our time has come.
What is this? And that, and that, and this?
That's Avery's favorite thing, and I asked Sheila, I'm like, what should I get for her birthday? She was like, Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, that's literally
Our path leads on. I will guide us. I stand ready. Together we stand. I will see this through. I will not falter. Our time has come.
It's Avery, right? Okay. I want to make sure because I just messaged Sheila, but I didn't want to misspell her name either.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like an asshole.
And the party is Stranger Things themed.
Oh yeah, we gotta dress in like 80s attire or something like that.
Yeah.
What is 80s attire? Like what even is that?
Well, you could do like if you want to do a Stranger Things character.
What?
Well, 80s is like how Madonna dressed, you know, with the gloves and the old teased hair and.
Oh no, I just need.
I just ordered the like it's a headband and the fishnet gloves and the leggings.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back. And sorry, these beers just keep running through me, and everybody around me is yelling.
Godspeed.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Let us not hesitate. Let us press on.
Heartbeat quickens.
Here we go. Now we're gonna get the real. I think this is one of the best companions you can get right here. I've found so much use with him. It's ridiculous. And obviously that's where one of the three people I have to find is too. Yeah, no, we don't need your help. It's cool. Just keep your song in that corner over there. I'm surprised the naked courtesans and shit were fighting. They were dancing on the table, naked as fuck, drunk as shit, probably high as hell too, and they were like, "Oh, there's demons? Hop off, let's bang. I'm gonna fight every one of you."
March ahead.
A success worthy of praise.
Aranka! Thank you, stranger. The young woman does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flushed and her blue eyes glittering. For saving us from the demons and for your timely entrance, I swear, I don't know who has more enraged me today. The demons or the oh-so-affable master of this house. Well, I am a friend of Ilk's. He asked me to find you and protect you. The young woman clasped her hands together. Ilk's is alive, and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame that it had to happen now when the city is under siege by those demons and their pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something.
Our path leads on. I will guide us.
It went splendidly.
Godspeed.
Forget it. The mongrel did it.
Let us press on. I will see this through.
Okay, I think I'm going to call it on this after this loads up, and I'll save it here, and then I'll continue on it tomorrow at some point. I can't really say when. I'm still trying to get into a regular routine out here right now. Like I said, I just moved across country like what 4 or 5 days ago, so I'm still trying to get everything set up here. But I absolutely appreciate you coming through and having a nice conversation, and hopefully we can continue this soon. And I appreciate your insights on these characters too. Adios, my friend. Saved from bug 1. What does that mean? Alright. Have a good one, brother.